Hello there, my beautiful fiery Aries souls, and welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. I am so deeply grateful that your spirit has guided you here to this very space at this very moment. Now I want you to gather close, take a soft, deep breath, and listen with your entire heart. Because what is unfolding is not just another passing cosmic weather report. Oh no. This is an invitation, a sacred summons from the universe itself. An unexpected journey is about to begin for you, my dear Aries, and this path is destined to guide you directly into a profound surge of wisdom, fortune, and a truth so deep it will recalibrate the very essence of your being. This isn't just a pretty metaphor. It is not a flight of fancy. This is the unmistakable electric vibration of your own destiny, calling you toward a horizon you have only dared to dream of. Over the next 3 days, my friend, from December 19th through the 21st, the cosmos is preparing to lovingly shake the very foundations you have come to call familiar. Not to shatter them, but to initiate a spiritual adventure that your soul has been yearning for. Have you been feeling it lately? That restless, sacred stirring deep within your spirit. It doesn't carry the heavy weight of fear, does it? No, it feels more like potential. It feels like a boundless, beautiful truth is approaching something that asks you to pay keen attention without quite knowing why. It's that inner fire of yours, that pioneering spirit, sensing that a brand new world is about to be discovered. If that is where you find yourself right now, then this message has found you at the divinely perfect time. And that, my beautiful friend, is absolutely no coincidence. There is a sacred divine reason why your energy, your curiosity, and your beautiful soul landed right here on this video today. So I invite you to just pause with me for a moment. Take another deep, cleansing breath and truly lean into this space we are creating together. Because within the next few moments, you will come to understand that what may currently feel like a disruption to your routine, perhaps a sudden, inexplicable urge to break free, a crack in a long-held belief, or a surprising revelation that catches you off guard, is actually a cosmic key, turning in the lock of your highest potential just for you. You may feel an undeniable pull to wander, to distance yourself from the old familiar structures, both physically and philosophically. But my dear brave Aries, I want you to listen to me very closely. The person who returns from this journey will not be the same one who embarked upon it. You are going to come back utterly transformed, and with that transformation, so too will your purpose be reborn. If you are feeling that pull, that stirring in your soul that I'm speaking of, do me a favor right now and let the universe know you are ready. Go down to the comments and simply write, "I feel the pull and I'm ready." And while you're there, if you haven't already joined our beautiful family of cosmic explorers, please press that subscribe button. We are co-creating this journey together, and I want to ensure you never miss a single moment of the magic the universe has in store for you. Now let's explore this beautiful cosmic tapestry that is being woven just for you. December 19th begins this sacred period with the moon gliding through the meticulous sign of Virgo. This energy encourages deep mental analysis, a focus on the details, and perhaps some profound questions around your service to the world and your own inner sense of perfection. But then, on December 20th, the energy shifts as the moon enters the graceful sign of Libra. Libra, the sign of balance, of harmony, of partnership, offers you a brand new heart-centered perspective. And then, my friend, comes the crescendo. On December 21st, the magnificent planet Jupiter, the great bestower of blessings and expansion, forms a rare and incredibly potent trine with the North Node your point of destiny. That, my dear Aries, is the moment the heavens open up. That is the moment clarity breaks through the clouds. That is when the universe reveals the true magnificent scope of the adventure your fiery heart has already suspected was possible, but could not yet give a name to. You didn't come to this earth just to survive stagnation, my beautiful warrior soul. You came here to alchemize it into pure golden wisdom. If you are still here with me, listening with an open heart, it's because your soul is recognizing its own divine truth echoing in these words. And before we dive any deeper into this sacred mystery, I just want to take a moment to honor your presence, your time, your beautiful open energy, and your willingness to be curious. They matter more than you know. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Every like you share, every comment you leave, and every time you subscribe, you are not just supporting this channel Astrology Unlocked, you are sending out a brilliant ripple of intention into the cosmos. You are an active participant in this beautiful dance, co-creating your healing, your timeline, and your own miracles. And I promise you this, if you stay with me until the very end of this message, you will not leave this space empty-handed. What the universe is about to unveil through this journey we're on is no ordinary thing. It is a sacred echo of your soul's alignment, and I would not want you to miss a single precious drop of it. So tell me, dear Aries, what was it that led you here today? Was it that unshakable pull toward freedom, a waking dream of a distant, more authentic life? A feeling you just couldn't explain away? Whatever it was, trust it. Trust that inner guidance system of yours. It often begins in ways that are too quiet to name, doesn't it? A certain heaviness that settles into your daily routine. A moment of stillness that seems to linger just a little longer than it should. A conversation that suddenly feels completely out of sync with the deepest truths stirring within you. My dear Aries, when something truly sacred is shifting inside your core philosophy, it rarely announces itself with a thunderclap. It arrives first as a subtle, unmistakable friction. The path you've been walking with such fierce determination suddenly doesn't feel quite right anymore. The answers you once held onto with such certainty now feel smaller. Even your most cherished beliefs, the ones that have been your armor, may no longer feel like a safe refuge. And yet I promise you, none of this is random. It is the soul's gentle, loving way of calling your attention to a path, a mindset, a version of yourself that you have simply outgrown. From December 19th through the 21st, the cosmos is lovingly guiding you through a layered philosophical recalibration. On that first day, as the moon moves through diligent Virgo, a powerful analytical energy arises. Virgo is wonderfully practical, service-oriented, and detail-focused. However, on an emotional level, it can sometimes spark a bit of self-doubt or an over-critique of your life's direction. You might find yourself questioning, why do things feel so disconnected? Or you may witness frustrating miscommunications cropping up between your grand, fiery vision and your current, present reality. But my friend, please do not react too quickly. This is not the chaos of destruction. Oh no. This is the sacred disorientation that always precedes profound clarity. Think of it like a snow globe that has been shaken. For a moment, everything is a blizzard, but you must allow the flakes to settle to see the beautiful new landscape that has been created. By December 20th, the energy softens beautifully as the moon enters Aries Libra, a sign that deeply understands partnership justice and the art of finding common ground. This beautiful lunar transition brings you out of your head and back into your heart-centered perspective. Questions about fairness and balance may suddenly surface. A deep soul-level need for harmony might bloom unexpectedly within you. You could find yourself reflecting on what purpose used to mean to you and how that definition is now quietly, beautifully, and profoundly evolving. Emotions flow with much more ease under Libra's gentle influence. And if you can lean into this energy with deep compassion for yourself, this is the moment that true alignment truly begins. It's not about forcing an answer, my dear Aries. Your fiery nature sometimes wants to push for immediate results, I know. But this is about listening. It's about finally hearing what your soul has been trying to whisper to you beneath all the noise of daily life, that your inner compass is ready for a grand renewal. And then, my friend, comes the magnificent breakthrough. On December 21st, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and miracles, forms that rare harmonious trine with the North Node, your personal point of destiny and future path. Trines in astrology are gifts. They don't push or force. They open doors with grace and ease. This particular cosmic alignment acts like a divine compass for your soul. Suddenly, all those scattered fragments, all those seemingly random feelings begin to connect. The restless energy, the feeling of being off balance, the philosophical questions, they all begin to make perfect, beautiful sense. The truth will reveal itself not as some external verdict handed down from on high, but as a deep, resonant internal knowing. You will understand with crystal clarity what needs to be released. You will know without a shadow of a doubt why a certain distance is necessary, and you will also sense deep in your bones that stepping away, whether from a stale routine, a limiting mindset, a draining dynamic, or even a physical place, is not an act of abandonment. It is a profound act of alignment. You see, the universe doesn't shake your path to punish you. It lovingly stirs your environment to remind you that you, with your immense spirit and limitless potential, are not meant to remain in spaces that no longer reflect the sheer magnitude of your becoming. Think of it as a sacred pruning. It can feel a little painful at first, I know, but it is absolutely essential for glorious new growth. Just as a master gardener trims away the old dead branches so that the tree can bear the sweetest, most vibrant fruit, your life is being lovingly trimmed of what is no longer in resonance with your highest good. And that includes old energies, stuck emotions, and outdated histories. There's a beautiful piece of wisdom that speaks to this so perfectly. Unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much fruit. That, my dear Aries, is the potent energy of these 3 days. Something within you or within your foundational structures may feel like it's falling away, but I want you to trust with every fiber of your being that it is only falling into its perfect place. You are not being contained. You are being lovingly repositioned, not just for mere survival, but for thriving abundance, for deep soul-soothing peace, and for unwavering inner truth. You are not losing your path, my friend. You are becoming a new, more solid foundation for yourself and, in turn, for others who will be inspired by your light. And perhaps the most profound and beautiful part of this entire journey is this: what you're returning to won't just look different on the outside. You will be different on the inside, more whole, more awake, more divinely aligned than ever before. So please stay open to the signs, stay grounded in grace, and always, always remember, the space in your life that feels like it's falling apart might just be the very space being prepared to hold your next great miracle. There are moments in this life, aren't there, when everything we've built, everything we've trusted, seems to fracture in a single breath. It's not because we failed. It's not because we weren't good enough. It's because the time has come for a deeper, more authentic truth to emerge. And in this next beautiful layer of your journey, my dear Aries, the wisdom of the tarot speaks not of endings, but of profound and necessary initiations. When the Tower card appears, I know it can often strike a chord of fear in the heart. It is a card of upheaval, of sudden, dramatic change of systems and structures collapsing without any warning. And yet I want you to see it through a different lens today. In the gentle hands of divine timing, the Tower is never ever here to punish. It is here to realign. It is a sacred demolition. What looks like destruction from our limited human perspective is simply the loving removal of what can no longer support the magnificent version of you that is trying to emerge. My beautiful friend, it is grace in disguise. You may feel as though something absolutely foundational in your life is shaking right now. Perhaps it's a relationship, a core belief system, a career path, or a structure you've depended on for security. The disruption feels incredibly real, I know. But what if this shaking isn't the end of your story? What if instead it is the sound of a brand new door unlocking just for you? That is the quiet, powerful message that is woven into the perceived chaos of the Tower. Transformation is in motion, not just as a theory, but in tangible physical form. And right on the heels of this powerful release, we find the glorious Empress. She is the great universal symbol of rebirth, of overflowing abundance, of deep soulful nourishment, and divine, unbridled creativity. Where one foundation crumbles, another more fertile one awakens. And this time, it is softer. It holds you differently. It is rooted not in the harsh energy of survival, but in the gentle, powerful energy of soul alignment. The Empress is not simply a card of comfort, my dear Aries. She is the divine answer to a question you didn't even know your soul was asking. She whispers to your heart, you are still worthy, you are still whole, and this beautiful life, even now, wants to give to you. In her loving presence, you are reminded that something exquisitely beautiful can and will grow from the rubble. Healing doesn't always look like brilliant light pouring in through stained glass windows. Sometimes it looks like good rich dirt beneath your fingernails as you begin to plant again with hope and with intention. And in this sacred moment, what you plant, your intention, your courage, your willingness to release what is no longer yours to carry, will bear fruit far richer and sweeter than you can possibly expect. Then comes the divine promise of the Ace of Pentacles. This card represents a brand new beginning, one that is tangible, grounded, and real, emerging from the very place where the pain once lived. Often this card appears when a physical material blessing is ready to enter your life. It could be a new opportunity, a financial gift, a shift in your stability that brings a deep sense of peace. And yet, this gift doesn't just come from nowhere. It comes from the very soil that was tilled by the Tower. It grows from the ground you once wanted to walk away from, that challenging job, that long season of uncertainty, that old limiting perspective. It becomes the fertile ground for an unexpected and beautiful reward. Because sometimes, my friend, it is not the environment around us that changes first. It is we who change on the inside. And when we change our inner world, the outer world has no choice but to respond in kind. That is the fundamental law of energetic alignment. So what if the breakdown you might be experiencing isn't a punishment at all, but a sacred preparation? What if the space that is being cleared in your life is making room for the very answer you've been praying for, the universe does not remove without a divine purpose. It does not rearrange your life unless something infinitely better is on its way. So please take this moment not as a signal to fear, but as a divine signal to listen, to watch, and to remain exquisitely open. My beautiful Aries, have likely experienced moments in your past where everything fell apart, only to realize in hindsight that life was actually falling perfectly into place. Can you recall such a time? If a memory comes to you, I warmly invite you to share that story of resilience in the comments below. You never, ever know whose darkness your beautiful light may guide through. And if you feel you are in the middle of that storm right now, let this message be a loving reminder. The cards are not here to scare you. They are here to affirm that nothing is ever being lost without something far greater coming to take its place. Let the tower fall. Let the Empress hold you in her loving embrace. And let the Ace of Pentacles bless the sacred ground where you choose to rise again. Numbers are not just numbers, my beautiful friend. For those who have learned to listen with their hearts, they are divine messengers, subtle, precise, and always divinely timed. As you move deeper into this potent, energetic shift that is happening both around you and within you, you'll begin to notice that certain numbers start to repeat themselves in your experience. They might appear on license plates, on receipts, on the clock, or in messages you receive at seemingly random moments. But I want you to know there is no such thing as a coincidence in a universe this intelligent and this loving. When a number returns to you over and over again, it is not just a pattern. It is a coded whisper from the universe, a love note from your guides, inviting you to pay closer attention. The number 3 often shows up when we're being guided into beautiful motion. It's the number of expansion, of forward movement, and of profound spiritual growth. In numerology, the number 3 resonates with the vibrant energy of creativity, of self-expression, and of divine, joyful unfolding. When this number begins to show up repeatedly for you, whether you see 333 on the clock or a street address ending in 3, it can be a clear sign that you are being encouraged to move, to speak your authentic truth, to create something beautiful, or to bravely walk away from what has become too small for the magnificent tent of your becoming. You may not yet know the final destination, my dear Aries, but the energy of the number 3 doesn't require a map. It simply asks for your trust. Then comes the powerful number 8. It is strong, it is symmetrical, and it is infinite. 8 is the number of karmic cycles, of divine justice, and of energetic return. When this number appears in your life, it is often a sign that you are either completing a significant soul lesson or you are on the verge of receiving a long-awaited and well-deserved reward. It holds the powerful vibration of mastery and of balance. In the physical realm, the number 8 is deeply tied to finances, to abundance, and to manifestation. But its deeper, more profound meaning lies in spiritual fairness. It is a promise that what has been given without recognition, what has been endured without praise, what has been sacrificed without applause, will be returned to you. Not always in the way we expect, my friends, but always in the form we most deeply need. And then we have the number 10, a number that feels like both a full stop and a fresh, clean breath of new air. In many spiritual systems, 10 represents completion. It is the ending of a cycle, yes, but it is also the quiet, gentle opening of a brand new path. It contains both the 1 and the 0, symbolizing leadership, initiation, and infinite, untapped potential. When you see 1010, or perhaps combinations like 103 or 310, ask your heart, what part of my life is now closing with love, and what new part is asking to be born? These numbers are not random, my beautiful friend. They are sacred signposts, gentle nudges, and loving confirmations from the energetic field that surrounds your every single step. Sometimes the universe speaks to us through our emotions. Sometimes it speaks through symbols. And other times, it speaks through the beautiful divine mathematics of the soul. You might find yourself walking past a parked car and noticing 810 on the license plate. You may get a text message at exactly 3:03 or hear the doorbell ring at 1:08. These are not just moments in time. They are intersections of divine energy asking you to pause, to realign, to breathe, to receive, and to remember that you're not just a passive witness to change. You are an active participant in a divine sequence that is unfolding with elegant, breathtaking precision. So let me ask you something real and simple. Dear Aries, what number has been chasing you lately? What sequence keeps showing up even when you try to ignore it? I warmly invite you to write it in the comments right now. Not just to share, but to activate it, to put that energy into the field. Because the moment we speak our signs aloud, we begin to consciously partner with them. We move from being a passive observer to a conscious creator, from wondering if it's real to recognizing that it absolutely is. Let the numbers be your gentle, loving guides, not just digits, but beautiful mirrors of your own energy. And as you begin to notice them more and more, you'll find that you are not alone on this path. The rhythm of the universe is walking with you number one moment and one beautiful breath at a time. When life lovingly asks you to pause, when it gently removes what once felt so secure or familiar, it is not always a sign of loss. So often, my friend, it is a sacred preparation. The energy that is surrounding you right now is not meant to break you down. It is here to open a sacred doorway deep inside of you that perhaps has been closed for a very long time. And in order to walk through it, you must first create space both within yourself and in the world around you. This is where simple intentional ritual becomes powerful medicine. I'm not talking about grand, complicated gestures or spiritual theatrics. I am talking about simple, intentional acts that allow your soul to speak louder than your fear. Color, for example, is so much more than just an aesthetic choice. It is a vibration. It is energy. It is a frequency that you can wear, that you can see, that you can invite into your life. In this sacred moment of transition, the color royal indigo becomes a quiet, powerful ally for you. This isn't just a shade of purple, my friends. It is the hue of the higher mind, the frequency of divine clarity and expansive wisdom. When you choose to wear or surround yourself with these beautiful indigo tones, you are signaling to the universe and to your own body that you are consciously choosing insight over illusion. It heightens your intuitive field and strengthens your connection to the philosophical truth that your logical mind may not fully grasp just yet. Try bringing this color into your space, perhaps in a soft scarf, a candle, or a beautiful new journal. Let it become a visual mantra of your profound openness. Lighting a simple white candle is another powerful yet subtle act of intention. White represents purity, not the impossible standard of perfection, but a pure and beautiful openness. It is a gentle invitation to new energy. The flame of a candle doesn't demand answers from you. It simply holds space. When you light that candle, please don't rush through the moment. Let your breath slow down. Let your thoughts settle like soft snowflakes falling into a deep, peaceful silence. This is a moment of energetic reset. You are not asking the universe to come and fix you. You are simply showing up with a beautiful willingness to receive what is already moving in your favor. You can pair this with a gentle, loving practice at night. Something as simple as 5 minutes of intentional stillness before you go to sleep. You can sit comfortably with your hands placed over your heart or resting gently on your lap. Close your eyes and just feel your breath. You don't need to control it, just witness it. Return home to that sacred space within your own body that has never ever stopped beating for you, even when your heart was feeling heavy. These few minutes are not about erasing anxiety or demanding peace. They are about remembering that your body is a wise and loving companion, one that often knows what your mind has been far too busy to hear. You might find as you move through these quiet, loving practices that your emotions begin to soften, that the ache you couldn't quite name begins to lose its sharp edge. When that happens, nourish your precious nervous system with care. A warm cup of chamomile tea, so simple and so often overlooked, can become a sacred offering to yourself. Healing doesn't have to be expensive, dramatic, or deeply esoteric. So often, true healing lives in the little things, in how you choose to treat yourself when no one else is watching, in how gently you speak to your own beautiful soul. And here is something I want to ask you, my dear Aries, something that only you can answer with true honesty. Are you willing to let a blessing enter your life through the very same door where pain once walked in? Sometimes the space of our deepest disappointment becomes the fertile soil where a new fortune quietly roots itself. Are you ready to welcome that possibility? If this resonates with you, if your heart just whispered, yes, even before your mind caught up, I want you to declare it in the comments. Write, I am ready to receive the fortune hidden in what I once feared. Let that be your sacred commitment, not to me, but to yourself. You are not just surviving this transformation, my friend. You are actively partnering with it, and your rituals, however small they may seem, are becoming the sacred architecture of your own beautiful rebirth. There comes a time in every sacred journey when you are asked not just to believe in something greater than yourself, but to truly deeply believe in yourself. My beautiful Aries, by now you have walked with me through the subtle signs and the silent shifts. You've witnessed how the outer world begins to lovingly rearrange itself when your inner world finally starts to listen. But this final, most important part of your current transformation isn't about waiting for the universe to deliver something miraculous to your doorstep. It's about you making a conscious, powerful choice to stand beside yourself fully, truthfully, and without a single apology. Healing doesn't happen because you've earned it through suffering. It happens because you finally choose to stop abandoning your own needs in order to be loved, accepted, or seen by others. You do not need to bleed for belonging. You do not need to shrink your magnificent fiery light so that others can feel big. You do not need to carry heavy emotional debts that were never yours to begin with. The deepest, most profound healing happens the moment you decide to stop negotiating your own worth. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to stop betraying yourself to maintain a version of peace that is actually rooted in self-suppression. There's a quiet, unshakable kind of faith that lives in this part of the path. The kind that doesn't demand you to know how everything is going to end, but simply invites you to keep showing up, not for the outcomes, but for alignment, for your own wholeness. Choosing yourself isn't always a dramatic grand gesture. Sometimes it looks like turning your phone off and simply resting. Sometimes it means bravely walking away from conversations that you know drain your beautiful light. And other times it's saying something that terrifies you because your truth will always rattle the cages we've kept ourselves in. And yet that truth is where the key to your freedom lies. In your relationships, this means being honest. Not cruel, but crystal clear. What are you holding on to because it once felt safe, but now feels incredibly small, love, that requires you to abandon your own truth? Isn't love, my friend. It's fear wearing a costume. Let it fall away with grace. In your work, ask yourself if what you are doing truly nourishes your spirit. Not every obligation is sacred. Not every routine is sustainable. Your burnout is not a badge of honor. Your exhaustion is not evidence of your dedication. It is a signal from your soul that something needs to shift. Financially, take a gentle inventory of where your resources are flowing. Your energy and your money are not separate. They are both currents of trust. Don't hoard your resources out of fear, and don't give them away from a place of guilt. Allow your resources to flow in alignment with what truly serves your life right now. Let go of item subscriptions or habits that clutter your space or your precious energy field. Make room for what is real, for what is next. And for your physical and emotional well-being, please return to simplicity. Drink more water than you think you need. Go to bed when your body first asks for rest. Perhaps reduce your caffeine intake, not as a punishment, but as a loving act of coming home to your own inner calm. These are not just wellness trends, my beautiful friends. These are powerful energetic realignments. They are the smallest ways of saying to yourself, I matter, my body is not a machine, my mind deserves stillness. So I ask you gently, my dear Aries, are you ready to stop waiting for someone else to choose you and instead start choosing yourself? Are you willing to become the anchor that you've been hoping to find in someone else? Because the truth is, faith doesn't require clarity. It requires commitment, not to someone else's version of your life, but to your own. My dear, beautiful Aries friends, if you have made it this far on our journey together, something deep inside of you has already begun to shift. Not just in your thoughts, but in your frequency, in your willingness, in a quiet, soul-level agreement with your own becoming. Everything we have explored together, every energy pattern, every astrological cue, every sacred invitation that was disguised as discomfort, has led you to this exact precious moment. You are not here by accident. You are not watching this by chance. You are standing on the precipice of a gentle yet profound transformation, and the very next step is yours to take. Thank you so much for spending your precious time and energy here with me. Thank you for your beautiful heart, your presence, and your quiet, immense courage. Until we meet again, may you walk forward with grace. May you trust the sacred unfolding of your journey. And may you always, always remember that the brilliant light you're looking for might just be the one you are already carrying within.